Hello, how you doing? Sorry for the delay. I'm here and ready to go finally. A little bit late, but we got here in the end. So there's been a few comments already. Rajendra's gone 7-0. Rajendra says 4 minutes normal service resumed. It's still 0-0, by the way. We haven't missed any goals, which is the main thing. And currently it's a free kick to Zurich, who are in a rather nice blue and black striped kit. At the Emirates, of course. They reckon there's about 5,000 crowd in tonight, which is, I don't know. I think they should have played this one at Meadow Park, personally. And yeah, that's what I personally would have done. But anyway, it is at the Emirates, and it's good that they're playing there, but the other two games are going to sell much more crowd, aren't they? Anyway, we have played. Actually, why is my coverage is miles behind here? Let me catch up. Right, here we go. Sorry about that. That's better. Right, it's still 0-0. 21 minutes played at the Emirates. It's a slightly strange Arsenal side, actually, isn't it? Not the usual kind of Arsenal team that we would expect. Hertig's in the front three. Viv Miedemar's playing up front. Jordan Nobbs, seems like Beth Mead's playing a little bit deeper. Jem Beattie's getting a start, which is nice. Rajendra says 5,000 is good for a late Thursday night. Yeah, it is, but what you got to remember is it's at the Emirates, and the Emirates obviously holds 60,000, so the atmosphere suffers, doesn't it? I mean, to be fair, though, we was at the Wolfsburg game last season, and that was about 4,000 or 5,000, wasn't it? So, and that was a decent enough atmosphere, actually. It looks quite full, actually, over on that far side. I know that's the only stand that's open. They're also coming forward now. Jordan Nobbs plays it out to that far side. Cleared away at the near post by Zurich. We knew Zurich would set up to be pretty sort of defensively sound. We knew that they would. They'll come here looking possibly for a draw. They held out for 70 minutes against Juventus last week before they lost 2-0. So you'd imagine they're going to do something similar here tonight. That certainly seems to be the case. But anyway, it is a corner over on that far side. Beth Mead's going to take it. It's the first corner of the game here at the Emirates tonight. Arsenal 0, FC Zurich 0, Champions League, second group game. Of course, we come into this game top of the group, didn't we? Following that brilliant 5-1 victory away at Lyon last week. This is a very different looking Arsenal side. Beth Mead with a corner in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Two Zurich defenders there, head it away, and they will complete the clearance now at this near side. Jordan Nobbs battles there to try and win the ball back. She does well, but it's going to be a throw to Zurich. We have played 23 minutes here at the Emirates. It is still Arsenal 0, FC Zurich 0. Very, very flat it's been so far, what I've seen of it. But also coming forward now, Lena Hertig inside the penalty. If you're going to get her first goal, no, she isn't. The ball ran away from her there, and it's cleared away. But now Zurich on the counter attack over on that far side. Could they take a shock lead here? The ball played into the box. Good defending from Jem Beattie there. Kim Little now plays the ball up that far side. And it goes back to Steph Catley, playing back in her usual left-back position tonight following the switch to centre-back. She's been playing in the WSL for the last couple of games. Noel Moritz, of course, against her former club on this near side, gets the ball in to Woubenmoy. Now it's to Jem Beattie. Jem Beattie just cuts in, goes past the Zurich player, goes past two, actually. Jem Beattie plays the ball forward in to the feet of Viv Miedemar, who was pushed in the back there. It is going to be a free kick to Arsenal. We've played nearly 24 and a half minutes at the Emirates tonight. The referee there has given this free kick to Arsenal. There's a foul there on Viv Miedemar, who's playing in the centre-forward position tonight, giving Stina a rest. She's played well this season, Stina. Kim Little, though, takes that free kick quickly, exchanges passes with Viv Miedemar, looks to play the ball over the top. A run in there from Manu Abocci, her first start as well. Terry says, good evening, Richard. Good to see you. I thought you'd been arrested again for drug smuggling and another 10 stretchers on the cars. No, not tonight. They haven't caught me yet, Terry, so we're fine. I'm here now and looking forward to the rest of this game. Luckily, I didn't miss a goal. It was nice of them to wait for me to come in before they sort of wanted to score some goals, which is nice. I did send a memo out to remind them. Virginia says there, Moy showing good moves and good passing. She's a very good player, isn't she? Lotta Woober Moy. We love Lotta Woober Moy, and it's a shame that we've now got obviously Leah and Hafaru, when they're fit, are going to be the first choice central defender. So it makes it difficult for her to get a game when everybody's fit. But it's good to see her playing at the moment. She's playing well. And of course, we didn't mention, did we? I did put in my preview video. I did expect Kaylee Marquise to start in goal, and she is her first appearance in the first team for Arsenal. So looking forward to seeing what she does. Rajendra says there, BT had 2 headers at goal, but not penetrating. Yeah, she's good in the air, isn't she? Actually, she's really good. So yeah, I'll be expecting some good stuff from her. Lena Hurtig now coming forward down this near side, Arsenal's right. She seems to be playing on the right, actually, Lena. She does prefer to be on the left. But anyway, she's on the right at this moment in time. She's a very good player, Lena. I hope that she can settle in and really become an important player for us. Jordan Nobbs getting a rare start. As well as a few players starting for the first time this season. They haven't started in the WSL yet. I say Lena hasn't started in the league. Jordan Nobbs, Jem Beattie, Manu Iwabochi's on the ball now. It's on the edge of the penalty area. That's a nice ball to Lena Hurtig. She's got that's a nice play from Hurtig. Tries to curl the ball into the far corner. That was really good play actually from the Swede. Lena Hurtig there. A rare appearance for her from the start tonight. That was really good play there. She got the ball there from Manu Iwabochi just on the edge of the penalty here on this near side. Cut inside, nice feet there. Trying to curl it in with her left foot from the edge of the area, looking for that top corner. But it's gone high over the top of the crossbar in the end into the clock end, which is where the end Arsenal are attacking in this first half. That's a ball up the line though from FC Zurich, looking to get into this game. They, of course, play Lyon next week at home in the early game. Actually, are Juventus playing tonight at this moment? Let's have a look. I'm not sure if they're playing now or if they played earlier. Let's have a look, shall we? Juventus drew 1-1 with Lyon. So that's a good result actually for us, isn't it? Because Lyon have only got 1 point. Juventus have got 4. And if we win this, we'll have 6. Give us a 2-point cushion at the top of the group. And then we've got 2 games against Juventus to come, haven't we? Which is going to be interesting. Anyway, we need to win this game first because we haven't managed to make the breakthrough yet, have we? A ball played into the penalty area. Header comes in at the far post, but it's going to be a comfortable catch for goalkeeper Marquise, the American. Of course, she has played against Arsenal, didn't she? Twice last season in this competition for Koga, of course. Played well in those 2 games, and that's why she is now an Arsenal player. You know, we needed a second choice goalkeeper, didn't we, when Lydia Williams moved on. So I think she's going to prove to be a really, really good signing for us. And it's good to see her get her first appearance tonight. I think she's going to play more in the Champions League, isn't she? Then she'll play in any of the other competitions. You'd imagine so, probably, but we'll see. I mean, you know, she might get some games in the WSL as well later on. Anyway, Kim Little now coming forward for Arsenal, just over halfway on this near side. Arsenal's right. Kim Little going on a little run, but she's held up a little bit there. That's a cut back inside to Jordan Nobbs. Gets the ball back again. Plays it forward to Manu Iwabochi, lays it off nicely for Kim Little. Ball over the top, over that far side, looking for the run forward there of Beth Mead, who's actually playing on the left, surprisingly. But anyway, Arsenal are attacking down the left now with Steph Catley over on that far side in front of the stand, the west stand over there, isn't it, where all the crowd are in, the fans are in over there. And Arsenal still coming side. Beth Mead looking for Viv and tries to win it back again. Beth Mead, in the end, Zurich do clear it away. It's gone out for a throw to Arsenal in the attacking third. So it did finish Juventus 1, Lyon 1 earlier on. Horan scored for Lyon, gave them the lead, and it was an own goal from Mallard, actually, who equalised. Mallard, of course, scored for Lyon against us last week. Not scoring in the right end this time. Barcelona won 4-1 in their game. A shot comes in from Beth Mead. It's on target, but it's straight at the goalkeeper. We've played nearly half an hour. In fact, the offside flag was up anyway. That wouldn't have counted if it had gone in. Barcelona won 4-1 away at Rosengard, and Benfica and Bayern Munich are currently 0-0 in their game as well. But we are 0-0 here, of course. And we've played half an hour. Arsenal got a very good record here at the Emirates when we play it at the Emirates. Second game this season already, isn't it? There's another one to come before, well, another 3 to come before Christmas. The 2 Champions League game, group games, and also, of course, that Manchester United game as well. So Arsenal, of course, men did lose 2-0 at PSV earlier. So we need a result next week now against Zurich. 2 second-half goals that was from Veerman and De Jong for PSV. So technically they won on aggregate if it had been a 2-leg tie anyway. We should still go for we should still win the group, so we have gone through, of course. Anyway, this is all about the women now coming forward. Wouben-Moy finds Maritz on this near side, gets it back again. Lotta Wouben-Moy plays the ball back to goalkeeper Marquis. It's going to be interesting to see how she settles in, isn't it? Arsenal have completed 198 passes to Zurich 70. We have a 200 now. This little move as we're coming forward again over on that far side. That's a good ball. Yeah, I actually overhit it. It was Manuel Bocci with the pass. Looking for Beth Mead on the left-hand side. I don't know why she's on the left, actually. But anyway, she is on the left. And, yeah, that's the way it is. But there you go. Anyway, Arsenal won the ball back over on that far side with Beth Mead again, trying to wiggle her way through. But the ball played through. In fact, it's gone out for a corner. Good play from Beth Mead again. And Rajendra says, just swap. Oh, her and Lena Hurtig have swapped, have they? Yeah, I mean, it's surprising to see Beth on the left. She's done really well there, actually. It doesn't matter what side she's on. She's still, as we know, she's the greatest player in the world. She should have won the Ballon d'Or, and she fully deserved it. Anyway, Arsenal have got a corner over on that far side, Arsenal's left, which Steph Catley's going to take. So it's going to be an outswinger with her left foot. Steph Catley back in a more natural left-back position tonight. Played in towards the edge of the 6 yard. It's a good ball. Lots of Wouben-Moy's there. Oh, I don't know if it was going in or going wide, but the defender on the lines just headed it out for Zurich, and they do complete the clearance over on that far side. That's the closest we've come to a goal, really. Lots of Wouben-Moy with that header there. Good header it was. I think it may just have been drifting wide, actually, but the defender didn't take any chances. And the ball was cleared off the line. Terry says, we're playing some good football, but doing it too slowly. Yeah, I mean, I think that the problem is this team hasn't really played together much, has it? You know, it's an unusual starting lineup for Arsenal tonight. A lot of players who haven't played before this season, and it's supposed it's getting that blend right, isn't it? Kim Little, though, she does play every game. She scored a hat-trick last time these two sides met, of course. The 7-2 victory in 2008, it was, wasn't it? I think 2007, 2008, something like that. We won 7-2 at Meadow Park. And Kim Little did score a hat-trick on that particular occasion. A very young player she was back then, of course. Now she's the veteran of the team, but still a fantastic player. Still the captain, fantastic of this team, of course. Lotta Wouben-Moy now plays the ball to Jen Beattie on this near side. Jen Beattie plays it in to midfield, looking for Viv Miedemar. She does well. Viv plays it out to the far side to Steph Catley, plays it up the line. She finds Lena Hurtig now, who's over on the left-hand side. They swapped again. Lena Hurtig running at that defence. Done well, Lena. Can she get a cross in? She's done really well, Lena, but she's held up by two defenders. She's managed to keep possession. Good play that was there from Lena Hurtig. Finds Steph Catley. Now it's in to Viv Miedemar. Plays it back to Lotta Wouben-Moy. Now, Jen Beattie coming forward for Arsenal over on this near side. That's a good ball up the line. Finds Noel Maritz. She left Zurich in 2012, I think it was, to go to Wolfsburg. No, 2015, wasn't it? She went to Wolfsburg and then she came to Arsenal, of course, in 2020. She has won the Champions League, the only player in this Arsenal side to win the Champions League. So I don't think Kim Little play in our Champions League side? I don't know if she did. Anyway, Noel Maritz has definitely won it with Wolfsburg. Now Beth Mead plays the ball up to Maritz on this near side, gives it back again to Beth Mead. This is good from Arsenal. Can Beth Mead get across into the box? She tends to score at the Emirates, Beth Mead, doesn't she? She got 2 against Chelsea last season in the WSL. She also scored against Tottenham here as well in the WSL game, and she did score twice against Tottenham as well this season. So she tends to score at Wembley, doesn't she? When we play at the Emirates, sorry, when we play there. So I wouldn't be surprised to see her get a goal later on tonight. But that was a ball played up the line there, looking for the attack there for Zurich. But Kim Little was across there, and that ball's gone out for a throw over on the far side. Goalkeeper Kaylin Marquis, first game. The two American goalkeepers at Arsenal, because the men have got one as well. And we've got American owners. I'm sure that's just a coincidence. Terry says there, Mido trying to play nutmeg. Yeah, she likes a good nutmeg, doesn't she, Beth? And she's good at them as well. Anyway, Zurich coming forward over on the far side. A rare attack for them. And that wasn't well controlled by Pinther. And that's gone out there for a throw to Arsenal, which Steph Catley's going to take in front of the West Stand there to stand with. That's open with the fans in. It does look quite packed at that. Well, that corner doesn't, but that stand itself does look quite packed, but it is the only stand that's open. And I said expecting about 5,000, I think, tickets were sold. There's over 30,000 tickets for the Man United game have been sold in November. That's going to be really, really good, isn't it? There's a foul there again by the Zurich number 5. Who's going to get a yellow card, actually. I've got their... I did write their squad down earlier because I knew I wasn't going to get the team. So I might be able to get a few of their players' names as we go along. That was Ben-Hur there. Vanessa Ben-Hur, the Swiss player who's got booked for that foul on Manahira Bocci. She's just clipped her ankles, actually. It wasn't a very nice foul. Anyway, Arsenal trying to come forward, but that ball there looking for Jordan Nobbs was too high. And it's cleared away there by the defender. Goes back to goalkeeper. I'm not sure which goalkeeper it is, actually. I think it might be Romero. Lourdes Romero in goal for Zurich. And that's a ball played up this far side. The Swiss team looking to have a rare attack in this game. But again, Arsenal win it back. Kim Little's there. What a fantastic player she is. We're into the last 9 minutes of the first half. It is still Arsenal 0, FC Zurich 0. Arsenal looking for this breakthrough. A win tonight would send us 2 points clear at the top of the group after 2 games. And then those 2 games coming up against Juventus, if we can get 4 points from them 2 games, we're going to be in a fantastic position to win the group, aren't we? Cross played into the box there. Shot comes in on the volley. Oh, it's in! Off the crossbar. What a finish that is. Guess who it is? Oh, it's actually Jordan Nobbs. I thought it was Beth Mead. It was Jordan Nobbs with a finish there. What a fantastic goal that was. Brilliant, brilliant stuff there. The goalkeeper there had absolutely no chance. The cross came in from that far side, Arsenal's left. And Jordan Nobbs with a volley there. Wow, what a great goal that was. Getting some real congratulations from her teammates there. Fantastic finish. What a absolutely brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. On the volley, in off the crossbar, and it is. 1-0 to the Arsenal, of course. Famous chant there. 1-0. Terry says, Walty 1-0. That was Jordan Nobbs scored. It's Jordan Nobbs that scored. Leo Walty's not playing, is he? Rajendra says they're letting the floodgates open. And 1-0 to the Arsenal. Yeah, hopefully the floodgates will open now. I won't be surprised if it does. You get teams that come for a draw, come to pack their defence, and as soon as they concede a goal, then suddenly they've got nothing else, nowhere else to go with it, have they? You know, a great finish that was, though. It was across from the far side, the left. Steph Catley it was. It was about, 12 yards out on the far side. And it was a great volley. First time, went in off the underside of the crossbar into the roof of the net. A great goal from Jordan Nobbs. And that's her first goal of the season. And a great goal it was as well. And now we are well on the way to going 2 points clear at the top of this brilliant Champions League group stage that we've started here. Mark says there, stat for men's team. Oh, God, I like stats. Yeah, Mark says finishing top avoids a playoff against the side for Champions. No, exactly. Yeah. No, we were aware of that before. Yeah. We just need to win that game now next week, don't we, against Zurich? I'm sure we will. But yeah, disappointing tonight. I didn't see the second half, so I'll have to catch up with that. But obviously, I've seen that they scored 2 goals, didn't they, PSV? And what I saw in the first half, they probably deserved it, maybe. But anyway, I will catch up with that game later on. Anyway, it is currently 1-0 to the Arsenal here, which is the main thing. We are going to be top of this Champions League group, and we will be 2 points clear if it stays like this. And as Rajendra says, hopefully that will open the floodgates in this game. Let's hope so. A ball there played out, but it's well played there actually from Viv. And now Jordan Nobbs, the goal scorer, finds Beth Mead. Beth Mead tried to thread it through there for the run of Lena Hurtig. She's got it back again though, Beth Mead. Now it's played to this near side to Noel Moritz. Good to see her back in the side again. A rare appearance for her in recent weeks. Rajendra says we didn't do well. Young made the difference. I know he scored and he assisted and scored, didn't he? he's a good player, isn't he? He was not really fit for that first game, was he, last week? He played the last 10 minutes or so, didn't he? I was going for it again. Jordan Nobbs to Beth Mead, finds Noel Moritz on this near side, gets it back again. Jordan Nobbs with a goal scorer. A good run there from Lena Hertig. That's a nice cross towards the penalty spot. It's cleared away, though, by a Zurich defender, only as far as Lotte Wubben-Moy. Arsenal keeping this run going on, but Jordan Nobbs has just given the ball away. But it's won back again by, guess who? Kim Little, the captain's gone past 2 challenges. This is a great run from Kim Little. Plays the ball across to the edge of the penalty area. This is Viv Miedemar. Can she get a shot away? She can get a shot away, but it's blocked by a defender. It comes back out to Mana Iwabochi. Now it's with Steph Catley over on that far side. Steph Catley goes past the defender. Can she get a cross in? No, she can't, but it's going to be a corner, is it? No, the referee give a goal kick. So that attack comes, and I think Steph seems quite surprised it wasn't a corner, and she's making that quite clear to the official, but it is given as a goal kick. Her and the defender there slid across to try to get the cross in, and in the end the ball has gone behind, but the referee has given a goal kick. It is currently Arsenal 1, Zurich 0. Jordan Nobbs with a goal about 5 minutes ago. Very, very good goal it was to break the deadlock here. And hopefully, as we said, it's going to be the first of a few goals that we might score tonight. My score prediction on the match preview was 4-0, and that's still up in the cards, isn't it? We did, of course, win 4-0 in the last game here at the Emirates, didn't we? We have won a corner this time. It was Mana Iwabochi there who's managed to win that corner. Good to see her in the starting lineup. We know what quality she's got. Hasn't quite worked for Arsenal up till now, has it? Let's hope that this can be the start of a good run of form for her. She started well, didn't she? I remember that goal she scored in the Champions League qualifiers last season, and there was that goal at Aston Villa in the WSL. That's still her only WSL goal for us, actually. But she's got a decent goal scoring record in Europe for us. Last season, I think she scored 4, didn't she? And we've got a corner now. Jen Beattie's in there. Lotte Wubben-Moy goes short, actually. Beth Mead plays it back to Steph Catley. Now it's with Jordan Nobbs. Back to Beth Mead again. This time the cross comes in. It's deep towards the far post. Wubben-Moy's underneath it. I think it went out already. And Jen Beattie actually slipped in the penalty area. In fact, it was offside anyway. Probably against Wubben-Moy. A strange corner routine there, actually. In fact, she wasn't offside when the ball was played in. But anyway, Jen Beattie fell out. I think it went behind. I think it went out anyway. I went behind for a goal kick. Rajendra says their PSV heading was their strength. The only person who seemed to cope with that was Gabriel. Oh, did Gabriel come on, did he? Because he didn't start, did he? Anyway. Oh, he came on after we went 2-0, did he? Oh, there you go. Well, okay. Well, too late then, really, wasn't it? Anyway, Arsenal coming forward now. Lotte Wubben-Moy plays it into midfield to Jordan Nobbs, the goal scorer, pings it to this near side. Noel Moritz plays it back again to Lotte Wubben-Moy. She thought about playing it crossfield. Instead, she goes long over the top. That's a good ball looking for Viv Miedemar, but the defender's there, heads it away. And, actually, that's a loose header, and Jordan Nobbs has picked it up. Goal scorer Jordan Nobbs plays it back to Moritz again. A good pressure this from Arsenal. Kim Little finds Jordan Nobbs again, tried to thread it up the line to Moritz, but the defender got there first. Megraz, the fullback there for Zurich. It's going to be a throw to Arsenal, which Moritz is going to take, finds Viv Miedemar, plays the ball, looking for Jordan Nobbs. It went behind Jordan Nobbs, though. Lotte Wubben-Moy across there, plays the ball back to goalkeeper Marquise. We're now into the final minute of the first half. Arsenal 1, Zurich 0. It's been a decent enough performance from Arsenal, but we're just lacking a little bit of fluency in the final third. But that's not surprising with all the changes. But Beth Mead now is after this on this near side, and she's going to win a corner again off Megraz. And we are into the final few seconds of this first half. Of course, the Zurich coach is Inka Grings, who Andreas will know particularly well. Of course, fantastic German goal scorer. Top scorer at 2 Euros. She scored. Did she score a hat trick in the final against England? I think, didn't she? Although in 2009, I think it was. Anyway, it's Arsenal's 4th corner. Are we going to find a second goal before half time? Beth Mead is going to take this one on this near side. It's an outswinger towards the edge of the penalty. In fact, it was a strange one, actually. And the ball's gone all the way back to Kim Little, midway inside at the Zurich half. Kim Little plays it back up this near side to Beth Mead again. She's got a little bit of space now. Beth Mead inside the penalty area. Beth Mead pulls it back, but it's a defender there. That's not very good clearance, actually. Matchday with Bocci picks it up. There's going to be 4 minutes of stoppage time, actually. The cross comes in towards the near post. Oh, it's gone in. I don't know whether did Lena Hertig get the touch? I think Lena Hertig's got her first goal for Arsenal at the near post. She just got the touch in. That's probably sealed this game in the stoppage time at the very end of this first half. Lena Hertig's first goal for Arsenal, and it's come in this Champions League game. It's 2-0. It was Beth Mead there with the ball, played it back. It wasn't very good defending, actually. Manatiwa Bocci won the ball back. She beat the defender, put her cross, and it was deflected. Lena Hertig just got there in front of the goalkeeper, flicked it in with her head. That's a nice finish, actually. Good goal. Just got in front of the keeper there. The cross was deflected, which maybe helped to give her the opportunity there, but it is. And Lena Hertig, hopefully that'll help her to settle in and she can go on and have a really, really good Arsenal career. Her first Arsenal goal, and it's come here at the Emirates as well. Fantastic for her. It makes it 2-0, and surely that is going to seal this victory now. You'd imagine we can go on now in the second half, hopefully relax a little bit. Zurich have got no other option now than to try and maybe come out a little bit more. And hopefully there might be a bit more space in the second half. Jordan Nobbs then picks the ball up again. Jem Beattie with a long ball forward, looking for the run there of Beth Mead, but it's going to be cleared away quite comfortably there by the defender. But that's not a great ball, actually. Viv is chasing down, but the ball goes back to the goalkeeper, Romero. And she plays it out to that far side. We've played nearly 2 minutes of the 4 of stoppage time at the end of this first half. It is Arsenal 2, Zurich 0. And Arsenal now trying to win the ball back. Jem Beattie does really well. Plays the ball forward. A lovely flick by Viv Miedemar looking for Beth Mead. In fact, she may well have been offside there. The referee has blown for a free kick to Zurich. That was nice play, actually. Clever play. That was from Viv Miedemar. But there's actually an injury to Jem Beattie. I think when she cleared that ball away, she's got an injury. That's not a good sign, is it? At this moment in time, when we've got plenty of injuries to our defenders already, haven't we? We've got our 2 main defenders out, so that would not be ideal, would it? 2-0 to the Arsenal there, says Rajendra. Hertig, great header, says Terry. And Rajendra, another 5 goals to go. Yeah, 5 goals for your prediction. I'll be happy with another 2 in the second half. 4-0 like I predicted. That would do me. I've actually done not too bad in my predictions for the women's team this season so far. I'm not doing too bad with them, so we'll go with that. Anyway, a couple of the defenders are warming up. I think is that Taya Goldie warming up? It'd be good to see her getting on, wouldn't it? But anyway, it is Jem Beattie currently getting some treatment on the pitch. Hopefully she's going to be okay. She's had her own health issues, problems, hasn't she, in the past? So let's hope she's going to be okay. I'm sure she will. But at the moment, she is going down. There's going to be some more stoppage time at the end of this half, isn't there? By the look of things, there's already 4 given. We've played 3.5 now, but Jem Beattie's been down for a minute or so. A couple of players have come over to this near side, having a chat to Jonas, getting a drink. Beth Mead, Jordan Nobbs, and I didn't see who the other one was. Was it Lotta Wu and Moy, possibly? Anyway, Jem Beattie's back up on her feet again. I think she's going to be okay. She's getting a nice warm round of applause from the fans over on that far side, and hopefully she's going to be okay to continue. The 4 minutes of stoppage time is up, but obviously there's going to be a little bit more time because of that injury there, which came at about 2 minutes or so, 2.5 minutes. So we're going to have about 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes more to play in this game before half time now. But it's Arsenal 2, Zurich 0. Totally in control, Arsenal now. And it's just a matter of, can we go on and get some more goals? Another 5 as Rajendra wants, which would be nice, wouldn't it? But anyway, we'll see what happens in the rest of this game. Still got the second half to come. That's looked like a poor ball forward, actually. That Zurich managed to get away with that, but Jordan Nobbs tries to bring it out. But Zurich now trying to get a consolation goal, or goal back, sorry, at the end of this first half. A run on the edge of the box. Arsenal don't really clear it away particularly well. It comes over to that far side. A shot comes in straight at Marquise. Good save from the American. She almost let the ball run away from her. She's not had much to do so far in her Arsenal debut, Kayla Marquise, but she did well there at the near post. It was a good save. A really good save, actually. And she held on to the ball as well. We've played 5 minutes of stoppage time now. There's going to probably not be a lot more to play. Noel Moritz on this near side. Looks as though Arsenal are going to go into the break with a 2-0 lead. And that will be very, very satisfactory. And as things stand, we will be 2 points clear at the top of this group, which would be fantastic, wouldn't it? Who would have thought that after 2 games with a group involving Leon? Terry says, well-held keeper indeed. Yeah, she's done well there. Now we're coming forward again. Noel Moritz plays it forward in to Viv Miedemar, gives it back to Beth Mead, is very deep on halfway, plays it square to Kim Little inside at the centre circle. Still we play on at the end of this first half. Jordan Nobbs now, the first goal scorer tonight, plays it square to Manatee Bocci. Now Jem Beattie plays out to that far side to Steph Catley. Gets it back again. Jem Beattie, she's obviously okay, recovered from that injury, plays it into midfield to Viv Miedemar, gets it back again. And there goes the half-time whistle. We have made it to half-time. It's been a decent first half from Arsenal. Very, very satisfactory. A professional job. It is Arsenal 2, Zurich 0. The 2 goals came late in the half. Jordan Nobbs with the first one. It was Steph Catley's cross from that far side, Arsenal's left, and a first-time volley into the roof of the net. A very, very good goal that was. And then the second goal came just in stoppage time at the end of the first half there. Manatee Bocci got past her player. Her cross was deflected, and Lena Hurtig came in with a header at the near post, flicked it past the goalkeeper. A really good finish from her. Her first goal for Arsenal. Great to see that. And hopefully now she's going to start to feel more at home. And it is 2-0 at half-time. Lena Hurtig will be feeling very, very pleased with life at the moment, I'm sure, following her first goal for the club, which was lovely stuff there from her. So we have reached half-time. Arsenal 2, FC Zurich 0. Brilliant, brilliant stuff from Arsenal. I say, as things stand, we will be 2 points clear at the top of the group, which is fantastic, isn't it? Who would have thought that, I say, before the group started? So the unbeaten start to the season looks as though it's going to continue for Arsenal. Of course, we've got another game on Sunday in the WSL, looking to remain at the top of the table. West Ham are the visitors. That game is at Meadow Park, of course. It is a 6:45 kickoff on Sunday evening. So we will be coming live with that one about 6:30 as usual. And of course, before that, we've got the men in action against Nottingham Forest, haven't we? That game kicks off at 2 o'clock, so we'll be live about 1:45. So it's going to be a big stint for me on Sunday again. It was last Sunday. It's going to be this Sunday as well. But we're enjoying it, of course, enjoying the football. And so far, it's been a great start to the season for all the Arsenal teams, isn't it? Terry says there, good half by the Gooner girls and 2 good goals. Yeah, they were, yeah. 2 very different goals, wasn't they? The first one, a great volley. It's nice to see a volley going into the top corner, and then that close range header from Lena Hurtig. It's good to see her get her first goal. A few stats there. Only 3 shots on target for Arsenal, 2 goals, 2 shots on target for Zurich. Arsenal had 6 in total, 4 corners, no corners for Zurich. Arsenal pretty much in control without really creating too many chances. And as they tend to do in these Champions League games, they've got a player, this is a Zurich player, getting interviewed at half-time on the side of the pitch, which is, I'm not sure if it's a good thing or not. I can't actually decide whether I like that or if I don't like it. I'm not really sure. But anyway, it's happened. It happened at Lyon last week, didn't it? And it's happening again today. The players should be at half-time. They should be having a rest, should be getting some, obviously, fluids on board and listening to the coach with a few tactical stuff. So I'm glad it's not the Arsenal players that they're chatting to. Anyway, that didn't last very long. She has now gone down the tunnel. And we are at half-time. And say there's a decent enough crowd, and I suppose, as Rajandra said, for a Thursday night late game, not ideal, is it? You know, I suppose it is in half-term, though, so at least the kids haven't got school tomorrow, so that's one advantage of that. But yeah, it's a decent enough crowd, isn't it? I say it's probably quite similar to the crowd that we saw at the Wolfsburg game last season, which was also around 5,000, wasn't it? I believe, and that was a decent atmosphere. It was a good night, actually. It was a good game, and Arsenal couldn't quite get the win, but we played well in the second half that night. And a little bit more comfortable tonight, a little less pressure, isn't there, due to the fact that, we're playing a team in FC Zurich that we were expected to win. And so far, so good. We are winning. It is 2-0. And it was a decent enough performance, wasn't it? They're just showing a few highlights here. This is an early opportunity for Zurich, actually, down this near side. Emirates was caught out of possession a bit there. Ball played into the near post, and Kaylee Marquis didn't look too comfortable there, did she? With that, she got there and managed to push it away, but maybe didn't quite look as comfortable with the ball there, coming in towards the 6-yard box as you'd hope. But she looks okay. It's her first game. We're going to let her off, aren't we? If you remember, our other American goalkeeper for the men's team, Matt Turner, looked a bit shaky on his first game, but he's grown into the position, hasn't he, in the last few games. I'm sure Kayla Marquis, we saw how good she played last season against us in this competition for Koga, the Denmark side. So I'm sure she will be okay. Regina says there's a problem is the unreliability of London transport. Well, yes, that is true. That is definitely an issue. But yeah, I don't think there's any strikes at the moment, is there? But yeah, I mean, it's not ideal. It's an 8 o'clock kickoff on a Thursday night. I suppose it's in half term, as I said, which maybe helps a little bit. But yeah, probably not ideal, is it, to encourage people to be coming along, is it? But anyway, fair enough, really, isn't it? Anyway, it's good stuff from the Arsenal women, as you would expect. But I say it's a slightly untried 11, isn't it? There's a few players who don't generally start. Jem Beattie's in defence, who doesn't normally play there. We've got Jordan Nobbs, hasn't been playing that much. Mana Iwabocci, Lena Hertig, all in the starting lineup, and of course Viv Miedema's back playing in the centre forward position because Stina Blackstenius is having a bit of a rest tonight. She's on the bench. We may see some of these players later, but not necessarily think that we need to, do it, because let's face it, it's a game we should win anyway, pretty comfortably, and let's hope that we do, and that we can go on and enjoy a good victory, which is what we need. Anyway, we'll be getting ready for the second half. So yeah, it wasn't a good day for the men's team, was it, away at PSV? And that game ended in a 2-0 defeat. And they had 2 goals disallowed as well in the first half, didn't they, PSV? So it wasn't the best performance from Arsenal, but maybe sums up some of what we've been seeing from this Arsenal team over the last few weeks. We've dropped off, haven't we? I levelled it. We look tired, and let's just hope that things will quickly improve very, very soon, because we've got a couple of big games coming before the World Cup. Regenda says there, due to strikes and closed stations. So how do we get back? Emirates is designed for public transport to get there, but no, of course it is. Yeah, I mean, it's one of the reasons why we moved to Highbury all those years ago was because of the proximity of the underground station, and obviously the Emirates is just around the corner, really, isn't it? So yeah, of course it's all about public transport. You can't really drive there anymore. Back in the day when I lived in London, I used to drive to the games, found some nice little places to park quite close. I was fortunate actually, because a mate of mine I used to go to football with, he was a London taxi driver. So he knew a lot of back roads and stuff like that. So getting to the games driving used to be quite easy, even though we were out in Essex. It only used to take about 20 minutes using his back routes that he knew. And he knew some decent places to park, and it was great for ages. And then they started putting clamps on cars and making it more difficult. And then it became a bit more of a nightmare really to park. So started getting the training, and that was fine. We used to get off at Finsbury Park normally and have a walk down, especially when the weather was nice, because Arsenal Station's great, but it can be quite crowded. It used to be on the home games. I think a lot of people go to Finsbury Park now, don't they? But yeah, it used to be all right to drive years ago, but not anymore. I certainly wouldn't consider driving. Every time I go down these days, we tend to stay outside London, park outside, and get the training. That's what we did last time. So. And that works pretty well, to be honest. I know they don't really want you to drive in London today anymore, so it's not the most fun thing to do. But yeah, you do need public transport to be working well, don't you? If you're going to get about in London, you do need to rely on public transport, don't you? And yeah, if there has been strikes. I don't think there's strikes actually at the moment, is there? I don't think there's strikes now. Anyway, apparently, just seeing some news about Arsenal defender Pablo Mari. He's on loan in Italy, and apparently he was involved in an incident in Italy where people were stabbed in a shopping mall, and he was actually one of the people that was stabbed. I think some people have died. He's in hospital. Apparently, he's okay. But that's quite shocking. Shocking news, actually. I've just been seeing this. So Pablo Mari, Arsenal defender, who's on loan in Italy, is in hospital currently recovering from an incident of some people were stabbed in Italy in a shopping mall. Wow, what shocking news that is. But apparently he's okay, which is the main thing, isn't it? Wow, that is just madness. But anyway, it's glad that he's okay. But yeah, well, obviously I don't know too much more about that at the moment, but we'll probably find out as time goes on. We'll probably talk about it later on one of the shows coming up. But yeah, shocking news it is. But thankfully, it seems as though Pablo Mari is actually okay himself, which is great, isn't it? That's good news. And but yeah, wow, what a shocking incident that is. But anyway, we'll find out a bit more about that, I say, as time goes on. But so, yeah, wow, okay. Anyway, it's half time at the Emirates. It is Arsenal 2, FC Zurich 0, as you can see. That's that. Let's have a look. Terry says there, I'm swinging again towards Arteta out again, especially if we lose on Sunday because we look tired again. Yeah, we do. I mean, I don't think it's a matter of. I actually don't like the sort of the labelling of Arsenal fans do it to each other, like this sort of Arteta in, Arteta out. Same with Wenger, wasn't it, before, and all this kind of stuff. As Arsenal fans, what we want is we want the best for Arsenal, right? And if that happens to be, if Arteta can bring the club success, then I'll be happy. Of course, brilliant. That's what we want. But if he can't, and he's had long enough, then again, I won't have too many issues with him being moved on and getting someone else in to try to bring us that success. So obviously that we've started the season well. We're top of the Premier League. We've qualified out of the Europa League group. We're probably going to win that group as well. After 16 games, we've got to be happy with what is going. But I'm not convinced by Arteta. I'm not convinced he's the man to be able to take the club to the next level. I think he's done a really good job in terms of changing the atmosphere in the stadium, changing the atmosphere in the dressing room, all that kind of stuff. I do feel he's very restrictive in his tactics. I do feel he's very restrictive in the sort of players he can buy, because he can only buy players that will fit into his system and the type of characters that he wants. Now, what I found interesting is, everybody has been saying that Arsenal have needed time because of the mess the club were in when Arteta took over, and to a certain degree, I would 100% agree with that. I think that it was in a mess, but then you look elsewhere, and then you've got, for example, Newcastle. Eddie Howe came in just over a year ago, and at that point, Newcastle were in much more of a mess. They were in the bottom end of I think they were in the relegation zone, wasn't they? And yes, you could say they've got all this money now and what have you, and of course they have. They've got all that money, but they've had 2 transfer windows. They've actually spent half the money that we've spent. And look at the progress they've made already. He's got players that wasn't performing to perform, because that's through great coaching, through great man management, and he's done that in a much shorter period of time. What Arteta's done is he's found some players a little bit difficult, and he's just got rid of them, rather than actually trying to improve them as players. I can't think of one player that he had that was already at the club that he improved since he's been there. Nicolas Pepe, he's out on loan. We know what's happened to Aubameyang. We know what happened to Ozil. Maitland-Niles, he couldn't get a tune out of him. He's gone out on loan. And that list is endless. I can't think of one player. People say, oh, well, what about Saka? What about Smith Rowe? Yeah, but they're very, very young players. So it wasn't like they were players that were not doing well, and he's improved them. They're just young players that have been developing. And yes, he's played them in the team and he's helped that development. Of course, he's done that. But I think young players are more what he's good at dealing with. Like, he can't deal with more experienced players, and that's why we've got the youngest squad in the league. But you don't win anything with kids, do you? Who said that once? But you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know, I'm not saying that we should change manager now. Anything like that. Of course not. We're top of the league and things are going well. But it's a very big season coming up. If we don't make the top four, one, after what happened last season, and two, after the start we've had to this season, then I don't see there's any way back for Arteta unless he's won the Europa League. But that's going to be hard now, isn't it, with the teams that are going to drop in. John's in the chat, doing mate, good to see you again. He says, I don't believe getting rid of Arteta at the moment is the way to go. No, not at the moment, certainly not. But I can only say I don't think he can bring Arsenal to really change. No, I don't. That's my one thing with him. Yeah, I think maybe he was the right man to come in at that time and do the job that was needed in terms of changing the culture of the club, as it's been said, and all that kind of stuff, changing the whole atmosphere of the place. And he's done that really, really well. But I think we're only going to get to a certain level with him, and maybe that level just getting back into the top four. If he does that, he's going to keep his job. He's going to be next season. He's going to be looking to build on that. And we'll have to see what happens. But yeah, I agree. I think we can only get to a certain level. I think if we want to get to that next stage in our development, which is to be challenging to go a long way into the Champions League, to be challenging for the Premier League title, I don't think we can do it with this manager, because it's been 3 years and we haven't really done that yet. And even though we're top now, I don't think anybody believes that we're challengers for the title, really, because we're not. We're just trying to get in the top four. And so far, we're in a good position to do so, aren't we? Zurich have made a substitution at halftime. Ray has come on. Marion, Ray, and Vanessa Banau has gone off, probably because she got a yellow card, actually. Terry says same as, but doesn't seem to be able to manage games. I don't think he can manage games tactically very well either. John makes a good point there. Guendouzi is playing well for Marseille. And then you look at how weak we are in midfield sometimes. You know, Lokonga. Is Guendouzi better than Lokonga? 1,000,000%. He's much better than Lokonga, right? And he's got rid of Guendouzi because he's a little bit of a difficult character. You know, he's got rid of him because he can't manage him. And he got Lokonga in, who's not as good as him. And it's like, this is not good management, is it? You know, isn't. Yes, I'm not saying Guendouzi's character is necessarily right, but you've got to be able to manage him better. He's a good player, and you can see he's got a different manager, and he's doing really, really well. Regina says there, players who are looking to get better all the time are the ones that we need. Yeah, if you believe that, then you've made it leads to problems. I know, I agree with you. Loki says they're top four within 10 points of City will be good enough. Well, top four is good enough. Yeah, exactly. That's the aim this season. If we get in top four, then it's happy days. Oh, mistake straight away in the second half at the back for Arsenal. A chance for Zurich. Oh, they put it wide. Oh, that's their biggest chance. It was number 17 with the effort. Serena Pulba there with that shot. As a mistake at the back, actually, Arsenal. We've just started the second half, literally 10 seconds in. The mistake was from Lotte Wubben-Moy. The shot came in from just inside the box. Dragged wide of that near post. Wow, almost a goal back for Zurich straight away. That would have been a really soft goal to concede. A mistake from Wubben-Moy there. Let it in. Number 17, Serena Palmer there, but she shot wide. Terry says there should have been 2-1. Yeah, it should have been 2-1, but luckily it wasn't. John says there, how come he had difficulty with so many players and yet they've gone on to clubs to perform? Exactly, yeah. This is the question you've got to ask yourself, isn't it? Why? You know, and people have said, oh, well, you know, look at Aubameyang, he wasn't the right character. Look at Ozil, look at Guendouzi, they're all bad characters. But other managers are getting a tune out of them. To me, that says it all. Anyway, that's another debate for another time. And I'm sure we'll have it as the season goes on, probably more and more, if results and performances continue as they have done in the last 2 or 3 games for certain. But anyway, we are top of the league, so let's try and enjoy it while we can, because it isn't going to last, and we all know it won't last. And I've been trying to enjoy it, but it's getting more difficult the last few weeks, actually. But anyway, I'm enjoying the women anyway at the moment, and they're playing well tonight, and they are 2-0 up. Well, that's been a bit of a sloppy start to the second half, actually. Arsenal attacking the North Bank in the second half, which is to go over to our left. Zurich in blue and black striped tops, black shorts, and is it black socks or dark blue? Black socks right there, and Arsenal's in the home kit, red, white shorts, and red socks. Kim Little plays the ball up this near side, looking for Steph Catley. Is he going to get there? No, not quite. The defender comes across and covers. The ball just slightly overhit, actually, there from Kim Little. It was a good idea, a good attack from Arsenal. Regina says there, we were near the top with Guendouzi. We have 9 wins, one. Were we near the top with Guendouzi? We have 9 wins and 1. No. Was that Lena Hurtig's gone down in the box there, but penalty's not been given, and suddenly Zurich can launch a counter attack. Yeah, but don't forget, you got to look at the team Guendouzi was in. You know, is Guendouzi? My question is Guendouzi better than Lokonga? And the answer is yes. And is he quite a lot better than Lokonga? And the answer is yes. And would he therefore be better off being in our squad than Lokonga, or added to our squad and Lokonga as an option? Yes. And he is our player. Have we actually sold him, or is he? I can't remember now if we've sold him or if he's on loan. But anyway, we have plenty of opportunity to get him in the team, and Arteta can't deal with them sort of characters. That's a fact, because every single player that's had a little bit of a character he can't deal with. I think he likes these young players that he can mould, and obviously Jesus and Zinchenko, who he worked with before. You know, this is why he's got them sort of players in. You know, I can't see him signing. You know, you look at some of the players at Newcastle side, for example, Kieran Trippier, experienced players. You know, people like that. You can't see him sign them sort of players. He wants these younger players that he can mould into his way, because he can't deal with the other sort of characters, and that's the way it is. John says there, well done to the women at their leading. No, they are. You're absolutely right. The women have been obviously the leading women's side in in a country for a long time. And yes, it's been a little bit more difficult the last few years. You know, Chelsea have taken over a little bit, Man City with their money and stuff like that, the investment that they've put in. But yeah, Arsenal women now look as though we're really a serious team. Now, Steph Catley's done really well. She's got Lena Hurtig outside. She plays it instead in to Viv Miedemar. Plays it square to Mana Iwabochi. Good play from Iwabochi on the edge here. She's going to get a shot away. She does get a shot away. Decent save by the goal kick. Was straight at her. But that was good from Mana Iwabochi. It'd be nice to see her get a goal tonight, wouldn't it? On a rare start. She's such a popular character around the dressing room, Mana Iwabochi. So it's nice to see her in the team. And good to see her. Be good to see her get a goal, wouldn't it? Terry says, "They're spot on, John. Man management don't look too good." No, that's always been a problem. And John says, "I think he's still on loan with an option to buy." Yeah, well, there you go. We should, you know, he's better than all the other options that we've got in midfield, isn't he? To replace Partey and Xhaka. So, you know, you do the maths. It's simple as that, isn't it? So for me, Iwabochi again in possession. That's a good ball looking for Lena Hurtig again. Good defending actually there from Zurich, and they do get the ball away. It's a good defensive header. And now they're trying to come forward themselves down this near side, but that pass has gone out of play, and it's going to be a throw to Arsenal. The Zurich coach will say Inka Grings, famous German footballer, one of the most famous German footballers, women footballers. Just looking back on that potential penalty there. I don't know. I think it might have been right in front of the referee. She wasn't having none of it, actually. Looked like she didn't get the ball there, the Zurich player, and did maybe trip Lena Hurtig up. I think VAR gives that as a penalty, actually. But anyway, it wasn't given, and it's still 2-0. Eugenio says that Ozil had lost his mojo. Uber not showing leadership as captain. That was all, really. I think there was more to it than that, actually. If I'm honest, I do think there was more to it than that. But anyway, you know, we've moved on from that now, and we've got a different team, and that's where it is. And at the moment, things are going a lot better than they were, and that's the main thing, isn't it? Steph Catley now on this near side for Arsenal. The left plays it up to Lena Hurtig, finally settling in maybe now with her first goal. It's going to give her a lot of confidence. Mana Iwabochi finds Kim Little, plays the ball up this near side to Steph Catley, the Australian. It was her cross that led to that first goal. She's done well again. Steph Catley finds Lena Hurtig. This is good. Steph Catley again. Steph Catley in towards the penalty, plays it in towards Beth Mead. Good play from Beth Mead. Plays it back to Viv. Shots deflected inside the box. Comes out back out again to Beth Mead inside the penalty area. This is good play from Arsenal. Good pressure. Beth Mead again deflects that ball, and Steph Catley can't quite get there, and it's cleared away. And Arsenal pick up possession again. That was good play, though. Viv almost with an opportunity there. The shot was blocked. I think she needs a goal, Viv, doesn't she? She doesn't look herself at all. And there was those words exchanged between her and Jonas at the end of the game at Liverpool on Sunday. A little bit concerning. I'm not quite sure what that was about. A few people think it might have been due to the very few minutes that Mana Iwabochi got at the end of the game. But anyway, I'm not really sure what happened there. But it's not good to see your star player and the coach at loggerheads after the game. We've seen it with the men, haven't we? We were just talking about that. But let's hope that there's no issue there. But Viv doesn't look happy. She doesn't look herself. And she hasn't been playing that well in this game either, really, so far. So it'd be nice for her to get a goal. That might give her a big lift. Anyway, lots of Ruben Moy now. Terry says there, Mido coming out with the flicks and tricks. Yeah, she's we know she's the best player in the world, isn't she? And it's not very often that you can say that about an Arsenal player in recent years, is it? That we've got the best player in the world, but we do. At this moment in time, Beth Mead is the best player in the world. She was robbed of the Ballon d'Or, and it's not great, is it? Anyway, Arsenal now in possession. Lots of Wubenmoyev on that far side. Plays the ball up the line to Noel Moritz. That's a great ball. Finds Beth Mead in a little bit of space. Beth Mead on that far side. Can she get the ball across the box? She can into the near post. Oh, the goalkeeper fumbles it actually. But in the end, Zurich do clear it away, but not very fast. Steph Catley again in possession. Plays it to the edge of the area to Viv Miedemeier. She tries to twist and turn now, looking for a little bit of space. That was good play, though, down that far side from Arsenal. But the crossing wasn't that good. And now suddenly there's a counter-attack on here for the Swiss champions. Last little ball played in midfield. And now they're coming forward on this near side. FC Zurich. It is Arsenal 2, Zurich 0. We've played 53 and a half minutes at the Emirates. And Zurich had that big chance at the start of the second half. Had that gone in, it might have been a totally different game. John says there, Rajendra, I don't think Ozil wanted to be there. Uber needed to be disciplined more. Guendouzi was young and homesick. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely issues there. And I'm not saying that all of those issues are Arteta's fault, because they're clearly not. But sometimes you've got to be able to work with difficult players, haven't you? You've got to be able to manage them better. And it seems as though Arteta isn't prepared to do that. If there's a difficult player, he'll just get rid of them, rather than try, even if they're a good player that can bring more to the team than players that we've got. And that's not a good sign for me. Oh, good play there from Lotte Wubenmoyev. She steps in there. It's a good ball as well out to that far side to Beth Mead. Beth Mead plays it back to Wubenmoyev inside the area. Oh, what a great goal that would have been. It reminded me a little bit of the Tony Adams move against Everton all those years ago. Stepping forward from defence, Wubenmoyev. A lovely ball out to Beth Mead. She got it back again, carried her run going. A good first touch, but she couldn't quite get her foot around the shot. What a great goal that would have been from Lotte. She has, of course, scored at the Emirates. She scored in that game against Wolfsburg that we were at last season, which we mentioned earlier. After coming forward again, Steph Catley. That was the last-minute equaliser Wubenmoyev got on that particular game. That was really good, actually. Good night that was at the Emirates. It was, what was that, March time, wasn't it, earlier this year? Really, really good. Terry says there, Lotte Wubenmoyev, yeah, it was unlucky, wasn't it? What a great run, though. What a great goal that would have been. Steph Catley just got fouled, actually, on this near side, and she's just lying on the floor at the moment. Hopefully she's going to be okay. John says there, anyway, it's about the women tonight, and there's a decent crowd at the game. Yeah, I think it's about 5,000. We were hearing there was 5,000 tickets sold. That was earlier on. You could actually pay on the gate, so there may be more have come along in here, and hopefully they will. They deserve a big crowd, don't they? So it's not ideal on a Thursday night, is it? 8 o'clock kickoff, but there is about 5,000 tickets have been sold earlier on this week, so might be a few more. I'm sure we'll get it in. But Steph Catley's still down, actually. This isn't looking good. The game's going on, but Steph Catley's down. It looks like some sort of injury, a facial injury. And she's now going to get some treatment. And in fact, I think that might be her game run. Frida Marnham is about to come on. In fact, there's going to be a couple of substitutions now. Katie McCabe as well is getting her top off, ready to come on, a tracksuit top, I should say. Sorry, just in case you misunderstood what I meant. It seems like those two are going to be coming on, Frida Marnham and Katie McCabe. Well, you'd imagine Katie McCabe might well replace Steph Catley, who seems to have got a whack in the mouth, actually, in that foul that was against her just a few moments ago. So you'd imagine she's going to come on at left back. Katie McCabe potentially. Frida Marnham, obviously in midfield, not quite sure who for. Maybe Jordan Nobbs, perhaps. We shall see. Terry said, I think they sold 5,000. Yeah, I think they had sold 5,000. I think that might have been yesterday or this morning. But I say you could pay on a night. You could buy tickets outside the ground tonight. So maybe a few more have come. It doesn't look a bad crowd. There's only obviously one side open. John says not bad for a Thursday night. Yeah, not bad for a Thursday night. I agree. But this is a game for me that should have been played at Meadow Park, and then what they should have done maybe is put another WSL game at the Emirates instead. Personally, for me, it would have been better. Even if you wouldn't have got 5,000 at Meadow Park. It doesn't hold that many, does it? But if you'd got 3,000 turning up at Meadow Park, it would have been a much better atmosphere. And then they could have used the Emirates game for one of the big WSL games, maybe Man City or something like that later in the season. But anyway, it's good that the girls get to play at the Emirates. And again, we're doing well there, aren't we? We've got a good record there. Rajendra says Iwabochi off and Marn. I mean, is it Iwabochi coming off, is it? That's a shame, isn't it, her first start? But she's done okay, got an assist for that second goal. And Frida Marnham is about to come on yet, as we can see. And Katie McCabe. Frida Marnham's in great form. 2 goals in the last 2 games for her. It is Steph Catley coming off. And it is actually isn't. It's going to be Beth Mead. Beth Mead's coming off. Beth Mead's coming off. So she's not going to get herself a goal tonight, Beth Mead. She's smiling anyway, so she's happy enough. Give her a rest as well, of course. She plays every game. She deserves a rest ahead of Sunday's big game against West Ham. Rather see her performing there. But, you know, she played okay tonight, Beth Mead. And Frida Marnham's coming on. We know what she can bring us. She's been brilliant the last 2 games. And hopefully she can produce another good performance. But, yeah, Beth Mead's gone off. Decent display from her. Again, of course, as we expect it these days, don't we? Because she's such a great player. Manu Iwabochi now is in possession of the ball. Actually, she's lost it. It just ran away from her. Suddenly now Zurich have got a shot from the edge of the box, but it goes wide of the post. That was the number 25, I think it was number 20. Hummer, it was Fabienne Hummer. I featured her in the video, the preview video, didn't I? Veteran Swiss striker with that shot that just went wide from the edge of the box. It's a goal kick which Arsenal have taken. Jem Beattie plays it up this near side to Kim Little, put under pressure actually from Victoria Panta. But good play there from Kim Little. She gets out of a tight spot, but actually she's lost the ball, but then she wins it back again. That's what she does. She just loses the ball, wins it back. That, you know, it's just that's just fine, isn't it? Rajendra says there. Rajendra says there. As I said, it needs to be 6 p.m. Not 8. It's too late. Yeah, no, I agree. Rajendra says Mido not getting a goal today. No, she's got plenty of goals though. And Terry says Mido off indeed. Loki there says McCabe on. Yeah, Kate McCabe's come on. Now Zurich are making a sub. Dubs is going off, number 24. Kim Dubs is going off, and it is going to be, and number 7 is going off as well, who is Pilgrim. Elia Pilgrim's going off as well, and they're bringing on. Actually, I didn't see who came on, but anyway, Arsenal now have picked up the ball. Frida Marnham's first touch, plays it back to Kim Little. What Frida Marnham's got is a lot of energy, hasn't she? She's really, really strong in that sense, isn't she? She's got a lot of energy, she's got a lot of quality, and she makes some great runs from midfield. Anyway, Manu Iwabochi now finds it's a good ball actually up this near side for Lena Herzig. Katie McCabe's gone ahead of her. Katie McCabe now in possession for us on this near side, puts the ball across the 6-yard box, looking for the run of Jordan Nobbs, I think it was, over on that far side. In fact, the lineswoman's flag was offside. Flag was up for what would have probably been an offside actually there. But it was good play again from Arsenal down this near side. She's given it against Katie McCabe. Yes, she probably was just offside actually when you look at the replay. Maybe Lena just needed to play that ball a little bit sooner. Anyway, it's still Arsenal 2, Zurich 0. Those 2 goals in the first half from Jordan Nobbs and Lena Herzig. All that separates the sides. Rajendra says, I can't Lena a bit slow in passing. Yeah, she was a little bit slow in releasing that ball, just slightly, because I say Katie McCabe made that overlapping run. The ball just needed to go just a little bit sooner, didn't it? A fraction starts that goal, wouldn't she? Anyway, Arsenal are now coming forward with Frida Marnham over on that far side. Good play from Frida, just come on. I say she's going to get a goal for the 3rd game in a row. That would be good, wouldn't it? I seem to remember last season, actually, a couple of things have happened this season which kind of mirror last season. First of all, if you remember, Frida Marnham scored her first goal, scored in our opening Champions League game last season against Barcelona. And in the very next game, she scored her first WSL goal of the season against Everton. And this season, she scored in the first Champions League game. And then she scored the very next WSL game as well. So that happened last season as well, didn't it? And there was something else I saw that was the same as last season. I can't remember what it was now. I'll remember it anyway. But yeah, that was something quite unusual, really. And of course, she only scored 2 more goals after that, didn't she? In the end, there was 2 goals against Leicester, I think. I don't think she scored any other goals, did she, Frida Marnham? I know she lost her place in the second part of the season, didn't she? Anyway, the ball's now gone back to the goalkeeper Romero for Zurich. A kick towards halfway. It's not a very good kick. Kim Little plays that forward to man it with Bocci. Kim Little then just felt as though she looked like she had a little injury. Anyway, it's played up to Viv Miedemar, lays it off to Bocci. Friedemann tried to flick it back to Bocci, actually couldn't quite get enough on it. And Zurich do manage to clear the ball away. But actually, Arsenal put him under pressure out the pitch, trying to win the ball back. But actually coming forward, this is good play. This is really good play, actually, from Merog. Plays the ball forward, but it's overhit. And it's going to run all the way through to Kaylin Marquise, who looks a little bit ungainly, shall we say, so far. A little bit uncertain in goal. She hasn't had a lot to do. She did make one decent save just before half-time, but she looks a little bit uncertain. But then it is her first game, so we'll give her time. She needs a bit of time to settle in, doesn't she? So we're not going to worry about her yet. But anyway, she's good play up this near side. Lena Hurtig, a nice 1-2 with Iwabocci. Lena Hurtig now. Iwabocci went round the outside, but she goes back to Katie McCabe, playing at left back, plays the ball forward. That's a good ball, actually. Friedemann is running behind the Norwegian. She's won a corner for Arsenal. Good play, good running that was from Frieda. A good ball there from Katie McCabe up the line. Good stuff that was from Arsenal. Really good stuff. And Arsenal now have a corner on this near side, which is good. Now, let's see what's going to happen. It's our fifth corner, actually. First one of the second half. It's going to be Frieda actually to take it from this near side. Friedemann with a ball towards the far post. It goes all the way through. It's going to come to Viv at the far side, inside the penalty area, just over on that far side. Arsenal's right. Plays the ball back there. The cross comes in from Nalma. It's a good cross looking for Mana Iwabocci. She was never really going to win a header there against a bigger Zurich defender, but Arsenal still in possession. Friedemann. It's a good reverse pass to Katie McCabe inside the area. That's got to be a penalty. Surely that's a penalty. She cut inside Katie McCabe. She was caught by the defender. The referee says no, and both players actually went down injured. In fact, the Zurich captain, Hum, was the player involved. She stays down. That looked like a penalty. Katie McCabe is okay now, but she cut back inside. She's caught her there. That's a penalty. That is a penalty all day long. That's the most blatant penalty you will ever see in your whole life. And the referee hasn't given it. Katie McCabe it was who was fouled there. It was a very risky challenge by Hum. Maybe not a natural game defensively, working hard for the team, but yeah, that was a very strange one. Should have definitely been a penalty there, and I'm sure VAR would have given a penalty. But anyway, I think Jordan Nobbs may be coming off now with that great goal that she scored over the top of the goalkeeper's head in the first half. Loki says there was a penalty. Yeah, it 100% was a penalty. I mean, absolutely no doubt in my mind. She slid in the defender and she caught Katie McCabe as she was trying to turn back on the ball, and it was a definite penalty. Don't quite know what you need to do to get a penalty off this referee, but anyway, madness. But anyway, that's that. It wasn't given, and Arsenal now back in possession again. We're midway through the second half, 65 minutes played. Jem Beattie now in possession. Another player getting a rare start for Arsenal tonight. Good to see her in the team. Good to see her fit and healthy, which is the main thing. Arsenal coming forward over on that far side. This is good play again from Friedemann. She's brought a lot of energy already, hasn't she? Viv now plays the ball to this near side. Katie McCabe, can she get a crossing? She goes back instead to Mana Iwabocci just on the edge of the penalty. She's held up briefly. She does well though. The little Japanese international Katie McCabe plays the ball back to Jem Beattie. Arsenal keeping possession, but not able to really get in behind us yet. Lotta Wilbermoy with that long ball up this near side. Katie McCabe heads it back into the penalty area. Is it going to fall to Viv? It is going to fall to Viv. She gets a header ahead of the goalkeeper, but she couldn't get enough on it. In fact, the goalkeeper caught her there, and Viv's gone down, having got caught there by the goalkeeper. It was a decent header back in, actually, by Katie McCabe. It bounced over the defender, and Viv went to head the ball and got clumped by the goal. So you could say that's a penalty as well, technically, because the goalkeeper didn't get the ball. Viv got the ball first, headed it past her, and then the goalie's fouled her. So to me, that's a penalty as well. We could have had 3 penalties in this second half already. There was that one there. There was the one on Katie McCabe just before, got fouled now. Jordan Nobbs, I think it might have been at the start of the second half. But to me, that's a penalty because she was fouled there as well. But anyway, Rajendra says that Iwabochi should have taken a corner. Yeah, maybe. But yeah, we're certainly not going to get a penalty. Jonas isn't very happy over on the touchline there. Not surprised actually, because it was. I say that's 2 penalties we should have had in the last 2 minutes. Viv is getting some treatment on that facial injury there. The goalkeeper did catch her in the face. And Terry says there, Viv took a bang in the boat. She certainly did. And she's now getting some treatment just on the 6-yard line in that Zurich penalty. It's going to be a goal kick, actually. I think the ball's been placed for a goal kick, but I think that was a foul. I really do. But anyway, this referee isn't interested in giving penalties out for fouls in the penalty area. So obviously playing different rules to the rest of us. But anyway, Viv is now thankfully back up on her feet again. And she's going to be okay, which is the main thing, I suppose. But she's definitely, it was definitely a foul. Yeah. She's just feeling her nose. Maybe she feels like maybe she's broken her nose, is she? Let's hope not. But anyway, we carry on now. Viv's obviously had to go off because she received treatment, and Zurich can get the ball away from their own goal play up that far side. Actually, kept him well, actually. Zurich trying to build an attack. They've not had too many in this game, but they almost got a goal at the very start of the second half, which could have changed everything completely, couldn't it? But the shot went wide, and Arsenal still lead 2-0. And now we've picked up possession again. Kim Little. It's been a little bit of a bitty second half, hasn't it? There's been a lot of fouls by Zurich, and we haven't really got our passing together too well. We haven't created too many good chances in the second half, have we? There's still 20 minutes or so to go where we can add to our goal total, maybe get another goal or two. But the second half hasn't been quite as good from Arsenal. Viv is now back on the pitch again, following an injury, but Arsenal just given away possession inside the centre circle to Hum, plays the ball forward into the Arsenal penalty area. But it's gone out of play for a goal kick. Viv is back on the pitch, but she's still feeling her nose. She obviously took a big whack there. Hopefully she's going to be okay. She's certainly been in the wars this season, hasn't she, Viv? One reason or another. Not at her best at all, as we've said. Anyway, Kayla Marquis takes that goal kick short. Jem Beattie now goes long. That's a poor ball actually from Beattie. It's picked up by Zurich now. They're coming forward looking for a way back into this game. But Jem Beattie steps in there. Much better defending that was from her there. She finds Lena Hurtig up this near side. Hurtig tried to knock it past the fullback and go. But in the end, it was cleared away. Arsenal's next game is away at Juventus on the 24th of November. That's an 8 o'clock kickoff as well. That's away. Big game that is. If we do win tonight, if we can get at least a draw over in Juventus, then we're going to be in a real strong position, aren't we, to qualify out of this group and hopefully even win it, which would be fantastic, wouldn't it? Look, it was looking like a tough group, wasn't it? Well, it is a tough group, but the start we've made has been fantastic. Just like to see another goal or two in this game, just to seal this. Terry says that there. Good news, Viv back on the pitch indeed, yeah. Anyway, Kayla Marquis there rolls the ball out over on that far side. It was a shot there from Markov, which was quite easily held by the Arsenal goalkeeper, and maybe Arsenal can now try to get the ball forward. It's been a little bit of a scrappy 5 minutes or so since that Viv injury, actually. Arsenal haven't really got going yet. Anyway, we're trying to build an attack now. Jem Beattie just outside the Arsenal penalty area, plays it forward to Manu Iwabochi, gets it back again. Zurich's next game is at home to Lyon. Let's hope they can get something out of that game, but seems unlikely. It's a long ball over the top from Lotta Wilbermoy, looking for the run of Viv Miedema, who's done really well, actually. Plays it back to Jordan. Obviously, it's going to be a moment for Arsenal. A ball over on that far side. Frida Marlin plays it across the 6-yard box, but it's cleared away by the defender. Good defending at the near post, actually, by Vesseline. It was the Swiss defender there at the near post. German defender, sorry, at the near post. That ball going across. There was Iwabochi and Hurtig coming in. Good play again from Frida Marnham. She was looking for that cross. Jem Beattie has come up for this corner. We know she's dangerous in the air. That was good play from Viv, though, just before. And hopefully this corner can lead maybe to a goal. It's Arsenal's 6th corner of the game, the second of the second half. This was over on that far side, Arsenal's right. Is it going to be a good delivery from Katie McCabe? You'd imagine it will be. It's a decent ball towards the near post. Lynn Hurtig comes in. She couldn't quite get there. In fact, she may just have flicked that wide at the near post. That's how she got her goal in the first half, a run at the near post and a little header. That corner was a little bit too low to head it. She flicked it on with her feet and couldn't quite direct it back across the goal. It's gone behind for a goal kick, which Zurich have taken. There's 18 minutes to play. Plus, there'll be some stoppage time at the end of this half as well. There was 5 minutes in the first half. There'll be a bit more in the second half due to a couple of injuries. There's been that latest one to Viv, of course, just a few moments ago. Jen Beattie leaves that ball there for Lotta Woobermoy. Takes control at the back there and plays the ball square here to Katie McCabe, who's come on as a substitute for Arsenal, playing left back, where she's been playing a lot recently, obviously with the injuries that we've got in defence. Lotta Woobermoy with that ball into midfield to Viv. Tried to flick it on to Frida Marnham, but Frida got ahead of the ball a little bit there and the ball went behind her. And Zurich have picked the ball up again in midfield, but that's a poor bit of play there. Frida almost in again. She certainly had a lot of energy to this team since she's come on. Those lung-busting runs that she makes from midfield. There's going to be another substitution now for Arsenal. It's going to be Manu Bocci coming off. She's played 74 minutes. She's done okay. It was her cross, of course, that set up the second goal. She's now going to come off. And I think Stina might be coming on. Stina Blackstenius. She did all right, Manu Bocci. She doesn't look very happy to be going off. But she's had a good nearly 75 minutes. It is Stina Blackstenius coming on. And let's see if Stina can add to her 3 goals that she's got this season already. She's got 10 goals for Arsenal since joining in January. But she doesn't look very happy, Manny, does she, as she goes over to sit on the bench. But she's played okay tonight. She didn't pull up any trees, let's be honest. Didn't maybe take her chance as well as she would have hoped. Anyway, now Zurich are coming forward over on this near side, but Katie McCabe's across doing her defensive duties. A cross comes in, but it's going to be tidied up by Kim Little. Terry says, Juve won't be looking forward to playing us. No, they won't. Absolutely. Of course they won't. No one looks forward to playing us at the minute because we're playing so well. Terry says there, Manu Bocci and Stina on indeed. Stina is on. Be nice for Stina to get a goal, wouldn't it? So it looks like Viv's going to just drop back slightly into that number 10 role, which is where Mana was playing. And Stina's going to play through the centre, of course, as the centre forward, where she's been playing absolutely brilliantly this season. Stina, 3 goals, as we said. That's a good ball actually into the box. There's a chance now for Zurich. Oh, Zurich have scored actually. And it was a really good goal. A good ball over the top. I don't know quite where the Arsenal's defenders were. It is number 17. Lisa Jury is with the goal. And some great celebrations there. That's a big moment for Zurich. It was a ball over the top, a simple ball. And poor defending there from Arsenal, actually, with a decent finish. She did take that well, young player. She looks a very young player. It was a good finish. But poor goal to concede from Arsenal. It's a one ball over the top. It was Woobermoy stepped up. She shouldn't really have stepped up. It wasn't like she was going to catch her offside. Nice control on her chest and then banged into the roof of the net. Marquise had no chance. That was a really, really good finish. Good celebrations from Zurich as well. Terry says, what a goal. Loki says, goal. Yeah, it was a very good goal, actually. Really, really good goal. And suddenly now it's going to be a little bit more of a tense last 40 minutes. We were thinking, we're going 2 points clear at the top of the group, but maybe we've got a little bit more work to do now, haven't we? And that was a poor goal to concede. Lots of Woobermoy stepped up when she didn't need to. She should have just stayed with a player. So she has a lot of space in behind, a nice control on her chest and a really good finish into the top corner there. And yeah, not a great goal for Arsenal to concede at all. Anyway, we're coming forward now on the far side. Noel Moritz, can we get the 3rd goal, which would probably kill it off at this stage? Stina, nice turn. There was a shot in. Oh, across the face of the goal from Stina there. Her first real involvement. She got her shot away, played it across the goal. A little bit of space inside the box there for Stina. Took a touch on a shot on the turn all the way across the goal there. No one at the far post to tap it in. Regenda says, there goes my 7-0, so 4-1 will have to do. Yeah. John says defence caught out badly. Good goal. It was a very good goal, but yeah, poor defending, but she took it well. You've got to give her credit for that. She did really take it well. John says Man United beating Sheriff. Well, you'd hope that they would really, wouldn't you? Let's be honest. If you're a Man United fan, you should be beating Sheriff, shouldn't you? Have they got the Cowboys and Indians as well in the Sheriff? Anyway, I also got a free kick now, which Jordan Nobbs is standing over ready to take. There is, 13 minutes to play plus stoppage time. And Zurich suddenly have given themselves hope. They did have that chance at the beginning of the second half. It could easily be 2-2, even though we've had 1 or 2 opportunities as well, but not too many in the second half. It has to be said. Not a great performance from Arsenal, really, a little bit flat. But we're coming forward now. Jordan Nobbs inside the box. Stina Blackstenius shoots. It's going to be a goal, a tap-in. It is a tap-in. Lena Hurtig's got her second. The 2 Swedes combining. Just as we were getting worried, Blackstenius' shot was saved by the goalkeeper. And who's there? Lena Hurtig again. 2 goals for her. What a night it's been at the Emirates for Lena Hurtig. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. 2 goals for her tonight. Brilliant stuff from Arsenal. We finally, surely that seals it now. And it is 3-1. Lovely goal, actually. Stina's shot, good save, but there's Lena getting just ahead of the defender. It was a nice ball from Jordan Nobbs in the first place. A shot from Stina, pushed out by the keeper. And there's Lena Hurtig to tap it in to make it 3-1. And that will seal the victory, send us 2 points clear at the top of this group and put us in a really great position to qualify into the knockout stage. And Arsenal just won the ball back again. Stina, she's made a difference as well since coming on. The substitutes have done well in this game, you have to say. Really, really have. And that was a decent goal. That John says they're 3-1 sorted. Yeah. And James says 4-1 getting better. Yeah, it might well get 4-1. You'd imagine Viv will probably get herself a goal. Terry says Hurtig again, 3-1. Loki says Bob Marley shot the chef. He did actually, yeah. But obviously, he didn't make a very good job of it, did he? If they're playing Man United tonight. So, anyway. Eric Clapton, I think, sung that song as well, didn't he? Did a cover of it, didn't he? But yeah, I think it was Bob Marley originally. Anyway, also, Zurich got a throw over on that far side. But that should seal the deal, shouldn't it? It's been a good night for Lena Hurtig, a rare start for her. And she's got herself a second goal. John says that, Rajendra, your prediction of 4-1 is looking good. It is. And Rajendra says sometimes just shooting, you can score from the second ball. Exactly, yeah, if we anticipate. No, exactly right. And that's what Stina's done now. She's come on. She's had two touches, 2 shots, and one of them led to a goal. And that's been good. But yeah, good night for Lena Hurtig, actually. Really, really pleased for her. And actually, John, don't get too carried away about Rajendra. He did say 7-0 at the beginning. So, you know, he's not that good tonight. He's changed it to 4-1 just because they scored. Anyway, it is a throw over on the far side to Arsenal. There's going to be another Zurich substitution, actually. The ball's gone off. And so not quite sure what's happening here. Number 10 is going off. Pinther is the player going off here. And it's going to be number 6 coming on is Olivia Voss, or Voss, I don't know how you say it anyway. She's coming on, Polish defender for Zurich. And that's the latest substitute. We're moving to the last 10 minutes here at the Emirates. It is Arsenal 3, FC Zurich 1. And surely that's enough for us to get the 3 points and to move 2 points to the top of this group, which is looking like it's a very good start for Arsenal indeed this season for the men and the women. The men, of course, did lose earlier tonight, in case you didn't know, against PSV, but we are still in pole position to win that group in the Europa League and avoid the first knockout round after Christmas. John says Arsenal look like they need to take foot off the pedal and then put it back on again. Yeah, sometimes. Yeah. Anyway, Arsenal coming forward now over on that far side with Noel Moritz. Can we get the 4th goal inside these last 10 minutes? Wouldn't be surprised if we do. That goal briefly gave Zurich hope, didn't it? But now you can see they look quite deflated, having conceded so quickly afterwards. And Arsenal should be able to take advantage of this and hopefully go on and get another goal or 2. Would like to see Viv get one. I'd like to see Stina get one, actually. She certainly looked lively since she's come on. Frida Mahner's made a big difference in midfield as well, I think, since she came on. The substitutes have done well. But it's been Lena Hurtig's night tonight, hasn't it? 2 goals for her. And she's played okay. You know, she's still got work to do, but she's played well tonight. She's on the ball now, on the hat-trick, of course. Wouldn't that be something? Actually, sorry, Viv's on the ball now, not Lena. It was just in Lena's position. Viv there. Oh, she was caught late there, Viv, by the defender. Not looking very happy with life at the moment, Viv, is she? But it looks like she's going to get the full 90 minutes tonight, and hopefully she can get herself a goal as well. But it's the goal scorer actually there who just conceded that foul. The young player, Pubel. Anyway, it's a free kick to Arsenal, played in towards the penalty, looking for Stina. Defender comes across in front of her and should keep this in play over on that far side. She does, and Zurich can now complete the clearance. But lots of movement away does well there. Steps in, wins a header on halfway, but Zurich do pick up the second ball. Now looking to come forward again, but Jen Beattie's in there well, actually. Katie McCabe now gets the ball forward, looking for Viv Miedemar. Well, that's not a great ball from Viv, but actually Noel Moritz does really well over on that far side. Noel Moritz coming forward for Arsenal. The ball is outside for Jordan Nobbs. It wasn't a great ball, but Nobbs manages to win the corner, which is probably the best that she could have got out of that, actually. Off the defender number 6 who just come on, Olivia Voss. And Arsenal got another corner, which Katie McCabe's going to take over on that far side, over on Arsenal's right. So she's going to curl this in with her left foot, an in-swinger. Hopefully we can get a goal from this. Terry says, Viv ain't happy. She keeps touching her snot. Yeah, she obviously got a big whack there, didn't she? She hasn't looked very happy all night, I don't think, personally. But anyway, a corner over on that far side then, which Katie McCabe is going to take towards the edge of the 6-yard box. A good ball. She headed out, though, towards the edge of the penalty. Viv was trying to get hold of that, and it's actually fell to a Zurich player. They can launch a counter-attack, can they? No, they can't. Great work, actually, from Viv. And then Arsenal do win it back with Kim Little, of course, as you would expect. Not being quite as easy as the last time we played these when Kim Little scored that hat-trick, 7-2 win. But we'll take the 3 points. That's all we're worried about. Lena Hurtig now, 2 goals for her tonight. Oh, that was a bit of a heavy touch, but she's done well. Her confidence will be flying, I'm sure. Regina says, come on, Katie. John says, great result. No matter what, enjoying Arsenal men and women top of their English and European leagues. Exactly, yeah. That's what it's about, isn't it? You know, so far this season, everything's gone as well as it could possibly have gone, really. You know, so we can't grumble, can we? Even though sometimes it's you can't help yourself. You know, we want perfection almost, don't we? Sometimes it feels, but anyway, it's not been far off it so far, has it? Katie McCabe takes this throw, looking for the run of Stina, trying to get in behind. Stina's done well, but the defenders come across. Actually, good defending that was there. And Zurich do manage to get the ball away. And I say it's only really been since that 3rd goal that we've managed to put this game to bed. Anyway, Stina's in behind briefly here on this near side. She's done well. Stina finds Katie McCabe. Arsenal going to get a 4th goal. Frida Marnham with the ball. Nice play from Frida Marnham. I think she thought about a shot, but in the end she was crowded out. Finds Viv Miedemar instead. Plays the ball back to Kim Little. And then it goes back to Jen Beattie. And Arsenal just now looking to maybe just keep possession in these last 5 minutes. Be a bit of stoppage time as well, won't there? Maybe 3 minutes perhaps. But ball's now gone back to Kaylin Marquise. The goalkeeper for Arsenal goes long, deep into the half there. Lena Hurtig's got cleared down this near side inside the penalty. Lena Hurtig, she's not going to get a hat-trick from this position out wide, but she plays the ball back to Viv, plays it through the legs of a player. It's into the box to Frida Marnham. She tried to actually lay it back into the path of Lena Hurtig, actually. But in the end, it's come back out to Katie McCabe, plays it square to Jordan Nobbs. It was her goal that opened the account for Arsenal in that midway through that first half. Magenda said exactly. We believe Arsenal are capable of that. Yeah, we do. Of course we do. That's what we want to see, don't we? But anyway, it's not gone too badly so far. Now it's with Frida Marnham on this near side. Cuts inside, cuts past 2 players. Frida Marnham got to the byline. Can she pull the ball back? She does, but it's well defended actually at full stretch there by the defender, number 11, which is Ryson. Really good play that was from Frida Marnham, though. Went past 2 defenders, got to the byline, tried to pull the ball back. But Arsenal got another corner in the last 4 minutes. A lot of Woo and Moyes up. Jen Beattie's up. Is it going to be one of those 2 to get this 4th goal if we're going to get it? But Arsenal going for its 8th corner of the night. It is going to be Jordan Nobbs with it. Terry says there, what a nice run from Marnham. It was indeed. Jordan Nobbs with his corner from the near side. Puts it in towards the near post. Header comes in. Oh, it was Lena Hurtig it was with the header, but she's flicked it wide. That was might be her chance for the hat-trick. And in fact, the defender's gone down for Zurich. I'm not quite sure who it is, actually. A slight injury there. And Rajendra says there, Frida showing good forward movement. Yeah, she's done that, hasn't she? Since she came into the team, she's been brilliant, actually. It's going to be an interesting team selection, isn't it, on Sunday for the West Ham game? Does Viv play? Does Frida play? Who's going to start in defence as well? So, yeah, interesting team selections coming up for Arsenal. So, yeah, very good. Good problem to have, isn't it? You know, it's a good problem to have. And I think Jordan Nobbs has just been given player of the match, actually. The crowd were cheering. She's so popular, isn't she, Jordan? Been at Arsenal such a long time. Such a great player. It was her goal that kicked things off for Arsenal tonight. I mean, Lena Hurtig must be in with a shout for player of the match as well for her 2 goals. And the defender there got a whack on the back of the head. And it's going to be a substitution. In fact, she's going off. I think it is number 2. Meg Roz, is it? That's going off, and Pendro is coming on. Actually, no, it isn't. It's it is. Yeah, it is Meg Roz that's coming off, but she's not the player that's injured. Meg Roz is coming off, and it is going to be Pendo, Vina Pendro, who's coming on for these last few minutes for FC Zurich. Pendo, sorry. Vina Pendo. I can't read my own writing that I've written down all the players. Anyway, we're on to the last 2 minutes of normal time, but there will be a chunk of stoppage time. Terry says Nobbs player of the match. Yeah, I thought she was giving it. I mean, she's played well, Jordan Nobbs, and that was a great first goal. And yeah, she has had a good game. I say Lena for her 2 goals would have been in for with a shout. Kim Little, as always, non-stop energetic performance from her. Can we get this 4th goal? The ball just runs away there from Viv, but she puts the defender under pressure. Run it back again. Is Stina going to get in behind this defence? No, she isn't. Good play actually there from Julie Sterling. She was the one who got injured actually. The goalkeeper takes on Stina there. Took a bit of a risk, but she got away with it. And now launching a counter-attack actually for Zurich, but goalkeeper Marquise is out. In fact, there's an offside flag up anyway. So Arsenal going to have a free kick. We're into the last minute of normal time. I think there's going to be 4 minutes of stoppage time, actually, at the end of this game. But we shall see. Oh, excuse me. John says, are you covering both games on Sunday? Yes, I will be, yeah. I'll be covering all of both games as well, the whole lot. So we'll be going live at 1:45 for the Nottingham Forest game. And then the women's game kicks off at 6:45, so we'll go live about 6:30 for that one. So I'll get a little bit of a break this time in between, which is nice. Not like last week when it was a monster. 9 minutes of stoppage time. 9 minutes. Wow, I wasn't expecting that many. But it was going to be 9 minutes of stoppage time anyway. So yeah, I do get a break this Sunday, which is nice. But yeah, I will be doing both games, yeah. So if you're around, please join us. It'd be great to see you again. And hopefully it'll be 2 good games, 2 good Arsenal wins is what we want. Go into November top of both leagues. That would be lovely, wouldn't it? But 2 difficult games, but 2 games that we've got a great chance to win if we play well. Lena Hurtig's done well there. She was then pulled back, and it's going to be a yellow card for Rice and the number 11 for Zurich as we moved into that stoppage time now. 9 minutes. Well, I thought maybe 3 or 4, but certainly not 9. But anyway, I mean, there's been a few injuries in this second half. I mean, she didn't need to make that foul there because the ball was going to go out of play anyway. It would have been a throw to Zurich, so a bit of a silly foul and yellow card to concede there. But anyway, Arsenal have now got a free kick just over halfway on this near side. Katie McCabe takes it, goes back to Jem Beattie. We've played a minute of stoppage time at the end of this game. There's 8 more to come though. Terry says 8 minutes of added time. Time for Hurtig's hat-trick. Yeah, there is time for a hat-trick. Yeah, exactly, there is. But Zurich on the counter-attack over on this far side, they might free if they can get a goal now. They'll still have time to get an equaliser. But anyway, that's gone all the way through to Kayla Marquise. Not too many problems there for the Arsenal goalkeeper. And she'll just pick this ball up under pressure from Fabiana Hum. And Arsenal now can come forward up this near side. Katie McCabe, a little bit of space to work in. Looking for a run ahead of her. She just keeps going, actually, Katie McCabe. She does well. Plays it back to Kim Little. And Kim Little then goes square to Lotta Wubben-Moy. Pings it into midfield to Frida Marnham, who's done well since she came on, the Norwegian. In a great run of form at the moment. Lotta Wubben-Moy then plays it in to Jordan Nobbs. Touched it off, and our ball played out the far side to Stina Blackstenius. Defender comes across, actually does well. And Stina's got a knock there in the head as well. There's been a lot of head injuries in this game. And Stina's just got a knock there. And they've been quite a physical team, Zurich. And the defender's gone down as well, actually. The two came together. Oh, it was a clash of heads, actually. It was a clash of heads, accidental. Like it was like the Swiss player headbutted Stina, actually. I don't think she meant to, but she kind of went into her head, and the two heads clashed. And as the Swiss player's gone down, has come out of that a lot worse, actually. But Stina's made us firm stuff, isn't she? So that's probably why. And we've played 3 minutes of stoppage time. There's going to be some more stoppage time now, isn't there? Because we're in stoppage time, and there's another stoppage now for this injury to the Swiss defender. I'm not quite sure it was, actually, that's gone down. But anyway, she's getting some treatment now on the pitch. It might be Voss, actually, the substitute who came on. Terry says there, clash of heads. Yeah, it looks a nasty one, actually, didn't it? Anyway, John says, what's the form of West Ham? Will it be a close game, possibly? Well, I mean, I don't think we can take anybody for granted. I think they've won 2 and lost 2, West Ham, something like that. Or so they're sort of, mid-table, which is where they normally are, really, So they're always a difficult team to play against, and I'm sure they'll make it tough for us. But obviously, we're going to start favourites. We're at home at Meadow Park as well, where we don't lose very often, do we, at Meadow Park? So it was Ventolin, actually, who was injured in that clash with Stina. So we're going to get a little bit more stoppage time. We may be playing until 10:30 at this rate. Anyway, it's going to be a throw to Arsenal on that far side. Now, West Ham are, hit and miss. I'm sure they've won 2 and lost 2. So, it's a game we should win. We beat them twice last season, didn't we? 4-0 at home and 2-0 away. So I'll be expecting us to win. But yeah, we'll have to play well. You can't take anyone for granted. But yeah, it could be a close game. But I think we'll win in the end, with a bit in hand, possibly. Depending on the lineup there as well. We've got a lot of options now, haven't we? Anyway, Zurich are now coming forward, but that's a poor ball. Katie McCabe will tidy this up. Lena Hurtig's gone on a run ahead of her, actually, but Katie McCabe instead went back to Jem Beattie. And she goes back to goalkeeper Kaylin Marquise. And she plays it out to that far side to Wilbur Moy. Gets it back again. The American plays it now to Jem Beattie on this near side. Just goes on to Katie McCabe. She thought about playing out the line. Instead, played it inside to Viv, who's come very deep, actually, to get the ball. And Terry says, if Hurtig gets a hat-trick, do you think there'll be a change of player in the match? Well, probably not, no. But it would be, you should be gutted, won't you? If you get a hat-trick, you don't get player of the match. But anyway, Jordan's played well, let's be honest. And it's a popular choice, isn't it? She's always a popular choice for any award. Jordan Nobbs. Arsenal coming forward now with Lotta Wilbermoy, plays it into midfield to Kim Little. Little bundle of energy, isn't she? Kim Little always. That's up this near side. Katie McCabe plays it back again to Kim Little. Now it's back with Jem Beattie. Again, it's with Katie McCabe. Arsenal just looking to see this out. We've played 5, nearly 6 minutes of stoppage time. There's at least 3 more to come, possibly 4. Frida Minor now in possession over on that far side for Arsenal. Frida Minor does well, actually, again. Plays the ball forward into Viv Miedemeyer, very deep again. She's on halfway. Plays it back to Lotta Wilbermoy. So just keeping possession now, managing the game well, and going to see this through, hopefully, and get this victory, which would put us 2 points clear at the top of the group. Can we get another goal there, which would be nice, wouldn't it? That ball's played in there to Stina, gets it back again, Katie McCabe. And Arsenal just have kept possession for the last 2 minutes. John says there, is VAR used in women's football? It's not used in the WSL. I don't think it's used in the Champions League either at the moment. And a lot of that's to do with the stadiums, you see. Because a lot of the women's stadiums are the smaller stadiums, they don't have the facilities for the technology. So that's why it's not used, not for any other reason than that. So it is something that they are thinking about bringing in, VAR. But at the moment, they're not using it in the WSL. but it is something that's coming. Another reason why I enjoy watching women's football so much, because they don't have VAR. We don't really want it, do we? It just goes to show, yeah, referees make mistakes, but we don't mind that really. Shot from distance there from Zurich has gone easily wide of that near post. And it's going to be a goal kick to Arsenal. We played 7 minutes of stoppage time, and there's going to be at least another 2 to come, maybe a little bit more. And I say Jordan Nobbs has won player of the match, and it was her amazing goal in the first half that opened the scoring here and set Arsenal on their way to what's now looking very, very much like another 3 points in this Champions League group. And hopefully, great position, won't we be in to potentially go on and qualify into the knockout stage. And let's see where we can go in the competition this year. You know, quarterfinal last year, we want to better that, don't we, if we can. Crossing to the box, actually a good defensive header from Lotta Wubenmoy, but also haven't really cleared this away real. But they have now. Viv Miedemar, we've got an opportunity for a counter. That's a lovely ball. Stina's through on goal. Stina 1-on-1. Is this going to be the 4th goal? Surely it will. Oh my word, that's a terrible finish onto the roof of the net from Stina. Unusual for her. Normally she's so deadly in those positions. Viv Miedemar did really well. Won the ball. Played that. That's why those two worked really well. Look at that ball through the defence. She was onside because she was in her own half, Stina. The defender was never going to catch her. And that was a terrible finish, actually, onto the roof of the net when she just needed a bit more composure, just roll it into the corner. John says there, personally, I think it's better without. Yeah, I do, 100%. I definitely do. And that's what women's football gives you, that kind of feeling of what it used to be like without VAR. And yeah, sometimes you shout at the referee, like tonight, we could have had 2 or 3 penalties. If had VAR been involved, we probably would have had 2 or 3 penalties. But I don't mind referees making mistakes, really. Anyway, John says there, what a miss. Yeah, it was a hell of a miss, wasn't it? A terrible finish. And that's unusual for Stina, because normally when she's 1-on-1 with a keeper, you'd back her to score nearly every time because she's so deadly in those positions. But there, don't know what she was thinking anyway. She wants another opportunity now. She's got the ball there, played out to, she looked for Lena Hurtig, but Lena Hurtig didn't make the run. We have now played the 9 minutes of stoppage time. But I say there might well be another minute or 2 to come. Stina, yeah. It was a bad miss, it really was. But I say it's unusual for her because normally she's so good in them situations. I expected her to score. But she just needs a little bit more composure there. Oh, she might be in again, actually, the defensive mistake there. But in the end, they do manage to get it away. Zurich, they've won a throw now on this near side. We've played nearly 10 minutes of stoppage time. It's been a 100-minute game, this. In fact, more. You think there was, 5 minutes of stoppage time at the end of the first half. So it's like we've been playing all night. And it has gone at 10 o'clock and we're still playing. But now we've got an opportunity here. Viv Miedemar, are we going to get the 4th goal? Viv on the edge of the box, tries a shot. Straight to the goalkeeper. It's come back to Lena Hurtig. She couldn't quite get there. She was tackled there. Frida Martinez battling away for the ball inside the air. And in fact, she's conceded a free kick. Thought that was going to be the moment there for Viv to get her goal. It was a shot from outside the box. Goalkeeper couldn't hold it. Lena Hurtig was there again looking for another tap-in finish. But this time, the defender came across and made it difficult for her. She couldn't get the finish. And then Frida Marnham conceded the free kick. And there goes the full-time whistle. It has finished here at the Emirates tonight. Arsenal women 3, FC Zurich women 1. A good performance overall from Arsenal. Not at our best. I don't think there's a doubt about that. We didn't need to be at our best because we were playing a Zurich team that gave everything. They were quite physical, but they lacked real quality, the Swiss champions, and we've got a fairly comfortable victory. John says, I don't think the ref wants to end the game. No, she didn't seem to want to, did she? But she has now finally. Maybe she gets overtime. Who knows? For taking the game on a bit longer. But anyway, it has finished 3-1. After a fairly cagey kind of start, really. It was a goal from Jordan Nobbs after 38 minutes, a cross from the left from Steph Catley, a volley into the roof of the net. Then right on half-time, Lena Hurtig made it 2-0. Manuela Bocci got clear down the right-hand side. Her cross was deflected and Lena headed it in at the near post. The start of the second half, there was almost a goal back straight away for Zurich, a shot wide after a mistake from Arsenal at the back. We did get a third goal. It was Lena... no, we didn't. Actually, no, sorry. Zurich pulled a goal back, didn't they? It was, I can't remember who the scorer was now. Anyway, it was a good goal, actually. Mistake at the back from Arsenal. Well taken goal from Zurich to make it 2-1. We never really looked too much danger, to be honest. And we did get the third goal soon after. It was Steen who had come on as a sub. Her shot from out on the right-hand side, pushed out by the goalkeeper, and there was Lena Hurtig to follow up and put it into the empty net and make it 3-1. Right at the end, Stina ran through, thought she was going to get a goal herself, but she blazed it over the bar. And right at the very end of stoppage time, Viv Miedema's shot pushed out by the goalkeeper, and the rebound couldn't quite reach Lena Hurtig to put in for a hat-trick, and Zurich managed to scramble it away. But Viv's just got some ice back on her nose. She's still struggling with that following that clash with the goalkeeper. John says there, well done Arsenal, well done Richard. Thank you very much, John, for your support of the channel. Really appreciate it as always. Terry says another good win, all good goals tonight, even Zurich's goal. No, Zurich had a good goal. Arsenal had 67% possession, 33 for Zurich, 8 attempts on target for Arsenal, 4 for Zurich, 16 in total attempts for Arsenal, 7 for Zurich, 8 corners to Arsenal, none for Zurich. 739 attempted passes for Arsenal, 297 for Zurich, 671 completed for Arsenal, 230 completed for Zurich, 10 fouls committed by Zurich, 6 by Arsenal, 2 yellow cards for Zurich and none for Arsenal. That's the story of the game in the statistics. Terry says there, bring on Juve. Yeah, we got a little bit of a few weeks to wait for that one, haven't we, in November? But so far, so good. 2 games in this group for Arsenal, 2 wins. That brilliant 5-1 victory last week in Lyon. This was a little bit of a more of a scrappy game, but Arsenal have got the job done, and it's finished at the Emirates. Arsenal 3, Zurich 1. 2 goals for Lena Hurtig. It's been her night tonight, hasn't it? Doran Tours in the chat. Looking forward to the game on Sunday. I'm sure you are as well. See you soon. Yeah, see you soon, mate. Good to see you. I'm enjoying the Premier League season. I've been watching your videos. Brilliant stuff. Are you at the Emirates on Sunday, are you? Because I'm sure that'll be a big day for you guys, won't it? I think it's only the second time you've visited the Emirates, isn't it? There was that League Cup game, wasn't there, a few years ago? We won 5-0, but I think it could be a difficult game for us on Sunday. Looking forward to it, actually. A brilliant victory for you guys last week, wasn't it? Beating Liverpool. You know, everyone's beating them at the minute, aren't they? Let's be honest. We beat them. You know, you beating them. Everyone's beating them. But yeah, it was a great victory for you. But now we look forward to Sunday. It's going to be a tough game. I hope you enjoy the day. If you're down, hope you enjoy yourself. It'd be good. So definitely check out Dora on Tour, actually, not in a Forest fan channel. Brilliant stuff. The vlogs of the games he does are brilliant. So definitely get onto that. And to say it'll be good on Sunday, I'm sure. But I say anyway, tonight, the Arsenal women have put ourselves in a fantastic position to go on and hopefully qualify out of this group in the Champions League. 2 wins out of 2, with 2 points clear at the top, actually. 2 points ahead of Lyon that they drew tonight away in Juventus. We've now got 2 games to come against Juventus away and then at home. And if we get, I think 4 points from them 2 games is going to be enough to send us through, isn't it? It could even be enough to win us the group, let's be honest. So, yeah, they're going to be 2 big games. Of course, our old friend Joe Montemuro coming back to visit us again for that game. That's going to be interesting, isn't it? I'm sure he's going to want to get a good result against us, isn't he? But that's going to be good. So we look forward to that one. But, yeah, we've done all we can do. Not the greatest Arsenal performance. A lot of changes to the team probably didn't help with the continuity. But overall, we've got the win. And that's the main thing, isn't it? That's all that matters really at the end of the day. We've got our 3 points with 2 points clear at the top, 6 out of 6. Brilliant stuff. So yeah, well done to the Arsenal women again. Got the job done, and I'm sure we'll enjoy some better performances later on. But yeah, it was okay, wasn't it? They done well. They've got the 3 goals, and that's all that matters, isn't it? So yeah, right. What's coming up on the channel for you guys? And okay, so tomorrow it's the Arsenal Women's Show. Now that is a very good show. Could be a busy panel actually, because I think we've got everybody's available, which is nice. So it's going to be a busy panel tomorrow. So please join us for that. We start a little bit late, 7:45 tomorrow. Andreas has got a bit of a delay, so we're going to start 7:45 for the Arsenal Women's Show, looking back on this game, looking back on the Liverpool game, and looking ahead to the West Ham game on Sunday. So please join us if you can. John says, good luck, Richard, Terry, Rajanda, everyone in the chat. Yeah, yourself, mate. Yeah, take it easy. Thanks again for your support of the channel. We'll hopefully see you maybe tomorrow if you're about for the Women's Show. No doubt we'll see you Sunday for at least one of those games that we're bringing us. So yeah, that'll be coming up. I say tomorrow's the Arsenal Women's Show. Then Sunday, the 2 watch-alongs, 1:45 will be here for the game against Nottingham Forest. And then at 6:30 we'll be back for the women playing West Ham. So busy Sunday again on the channel. Then of course next week Monday night's the Arsenal review, looking back on the Forest game, looking back on the PSV game, looking ahead to Zurich as well. And that's going to be coming up on Monday. And then next Wednesday, of course, it's Melvin couldn't do the Highbury Matter show this week due to his special guest not being available, but that's going to go ahead this coming Wednesday. So that's going to be really, really good. The 2nd of November for that show, Highbury Matters, with Melvin and a very, very special guest. Tom Watt it is. Tom Watt, the former EastEnders actor, is going to be back on the channel. He's been on before. We spoke to him a couple of times, but he's going to be on Melvin's show on Wednesday. So join us for that one. Watchalongs galore, as we know. Next Thursday, isn't it? The men playing Zurich. So we'll be covering that one. And then next weekend, of course, a big one, isn't it? Arsenal-Chelsea. And the Arsenal women are playing Leicester as well. So again, it's two games on next Sunday. I don't know why they keep playing them on the same day. Come on, sort these fixtures out. Let the women play on the Saturday if the men are on the Sunday. Come on. Help us out here, please. Help us out. Come on. Anyway, Terry says, great comments again, Rich, and great chat. Nice watching you have a smile on your face. Yeah, it's good fun, isn't it? At the minute, we're enjoying ourselves. John says, up the Arsenal. Indeed, up the Arsenal. Fantastic. So, yeah, it's been a long night. It's been a good night for the women, not so much for the men. They lost 2-0 at PSV earlier, if you're with us for that game. But the women have won this game 3-1 at the Emirates. Good stuff, indeed. 2 goals from Lena Hurtig, a brilliant volley from Jordan Nobbs as well, gave us the victory there. Hope you have enjoyed the show. If you have, please give it a like before you go. If you are new here, please consider subscribing. We're back tomorrow night with the Arsenal Women's Show, 7:45, slightly later time. We're going to be looking back on another busy week for the women and a decent week for the women. 2 great victories as well, looking into the weekend as well. And I say we then got the watch-alongs on Sunday. There's also a Nottingham Forest match preview going on the channel tomorrow morning as well. So please join. Oh, did that go on to that? I can't remember when I scheduled it for now. I think it's tomorrow. Anyway, it's going to be on the channel, not on the Forest preview. That's going to be good. So definitely watch that as well. John says there, Tom Watt is a legend, a legendary Arsenal fan. He is. He's a fantastic guy as well. I say he's been on the channel a couple of times before, actually, in the past. He does like coming on. He's always good for a chat about Arsenal. So that's going to be good on Wednesday. Definitely join us for that if you can. You'll enjoy that show. So yeah, that's all coming up. But yeah, it's been a good night for the Arsenal women at the Emirates. I didn't quite get what the crowd. Let's see if I can just find out what the final attendance was, because I say you could buy tickets on the night, so it may well have gone up more than the 5,000 that they sold. Let me just check and see if we can find what the attendance was in the end for you. I'm not sure if we can find that actually. No. Hang on, I might be able to find it. Can we find it? Can we? Hang on, let me see if we can find the attendance. Is it on there? No, it's not on there. It's not on there, I'm afraid. Or is it? No. We'll find out what it was anyway. But yeah, they definitely sold at least 5,000. It could have been a bit more, but anyway, it was a satisfactory performance, shall we say? Nothing to get too excited about, but we won the game. We're 2 points clear at the top of the group, and things are going really, really well. Terry says there, see you all tomorrow. Looking forward to giving MMM some stick. Have a great rest of your night, Richard. All in the chat. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your evening. It's a bit late now, obviously. It'll be bedtime soon, won't it? But anyway, it's been a good evening for the Arsenal women. It finished Arsenal women 3, FC Zurich 1. A similar result for the men next week at the Emirates against the same opposition. We'll see the group win there as well. So Terry says, come on, you Gunners. Yes, indeed. So yeah, thank you for joining me tonight. I know we missed the beginning. I've been a bit busy today, but we got there in the end. Thank you for all you guys for watching and sticking with us. I will see you tomorrow for the women's show. John says, cheers, Terry, stay safe. Yeah, and you, mate, as well. Yeah, we look forward to tomorrow, and I say the big watch-alongs on Sunday. It's going to be a big weekend again. Hopefully, another good weekend for the Arsenal women and the Arsenal men as well. 6 points will be good for Sunday. Well, that's what we want. 2 winnable games, but difficult games. But let's see what they bring us. So, yeah, so thank you for joining us tonight. Really, really enjoyed it. We will see you tomorrow for the women's show, 7:45, with the usual gang. Maybe a couple of extra guests as well. It could be a busy show. It's going to be good. So join us for that 7:45. And in the meantime, of course, as always, come on, you Gunners. Come on. let's do it. See you tomorrow, guys. Take it easy. Thanks for watching. Running there of Beth Mead. Beth Mead's in behind, plays it across. Caitlin Ford's going to score, and she has scored. This fast start has been rewarded for us.